All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Steve Bush. Welcome to Sydney Dragway. Joining me in commentary tonight, Mark Thomas. how are we tonight?
Mate, absolutely sensational. It's really nice out there. The weather's perfect.
It is. I was talking to my mum on the way here, and they're up near Mudgee, and she said it's bitter. It's been bitter cold. They've had the fire going all day up there today, so I think we're pretty lucky by the sound of it. You know, there's reports of quite substantial wet stuff happening in other areas of Sydney last night, and we got nothing here. Well, certainly where I live, and between here and where I live, it's been dry, so that's good.
My partner, she works in Sydney. She's in there today, and it was raining there all day. She said.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So,
and yet
we got enough. Not a drop out of Penrith.
Look out the window, well, before the sun went down, and there was barely a cloud in the sky this afternoon.
100%.
So that brings me to my next point. We don't have a huge amount of cars here tonight, so if you do want to get out here and have a bit of a crack, you're at home watching on the live stream. Welcome to all our viewers there as well. I hope you have a good night, and a little bit of banter goes on as per last week. It was good fun. But so if you are at home and want to get down to Sydney Dragway and give the quarter mile a bit of a crack, tonight would be your night. It's pretty nice and cool. It's been warm through the day, so the track will have the residual heat in it for a little bit. Yep. And certainly, hopefully, do a good number of runs.
Mate. Who? Oh, did I?
Oh no, it's an RC car has got you already, Mark. I was somewhat careful not to mention the word.
Oh, yeah? Yep, my mistake. Sorry.
Do you know what? We can't control that, Mark. So,
we can't.
We can't control the weather. We can talk about it as much as we want and wish different things would happen, but until we enclose the whole venue, we're at the mercy.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, well, we've got not a lot of cars at the moment. No. I might have to go and get mine.
Sure.
It's in the parking lot.
Sure. I'm more than happy to I can see it. Yeah, I saw it. And we might do a ute match race with you and the Motive DVD. The Motive DVD utes here, of course. They're along tonight, the first Aeroflow race for real of the month, of course, in support with the Automotive DVD branding, which is fantastic to have them on board. And, of course, I saw a cameraman down in the staging lanes earlier. Yes. So if you are out here at Sydney Dragway with your car, and I know that Andrew's pretty keen to talk to all of our races down there and get a little bit of lowdown on the cars. And I think we are getting a little bit wet. I can see it coming in through the lights here at Sydney Dragway, unfortunately.
I'll put my hand up. I done it.
It didn't take very long, did it?
No, it didn't. No, jeez.
Thanks, Mark. Yep, thanks, Mark.
Sorry. I can't apologise enough. But maybe we get it over and done with now, and then we can full-on race the rest of the night.
Yes, that's a good theory, but we'll see what unfolds. Of course, the weather predictions for the remainder of the week have not looked very favourable, and that's why we've moved, or why the promoter has moved the NDRC round and the Nitro Champs to the 17th, 18th and 19th of May, so we've moved it back 2 weeks. Apparently the longer term forecast looks more favourable.
Okay, yep, perfect.
And because, obviously the wet stuff's no good for drag racing, and it also affects not only the racing, but also the crowds that come along to view as well. So there is obviously a certain cost involved in putting on the event, and as any business person would look, they would need to assess what they're going to get out of what they're spending, and you want to try and at least have a decent shot at capitalising that investment.
You know the worst thing about it? In the 8 years I've had my car, it's never been driven in the rain.
Ah, damn.
Yes.
It's going to go, well, we'll get washed. I know it gets washed.
Oh, yeah.
But that's different to driving on the road. That means you're going to have to clean underneath it.
Yeah. Yes.
Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be the car because it ain't happening too quickly.
Oh, well. Knowing you, it's pretty spotless under there anyway, so it should come off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Easily. I guess plenty of water.
Oh, well. We've got some nice cars in there too, haven't we? Look at that Capri. How tough
Yes,
is
yes. Very cool looking Capri down there in lane 6. It was actually a good mix of cars that I saw. There was a couple of Corollas over near the shade structure over there with the SR20 turbo on board. So I was checking those out. I haven't. I know the little green ones raced here many times. I've never actually seen under the bonnet. But yeah, certainly cool to see that car out here again tonight. But I think the weather's certainly going to hold us up a little bit, unfortunately.
that I didn't get a good look at it. A Lambo down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Please don't ask me specifics on it, though.
No, I won't. Yeah, I don't know a real lot about Lambo. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, don't know a real lot about Lambos. And all the other stuff. I worked in a shop.
Yes.
We worked on those for about 6 years. Or Ferraris and...
oh, really?
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That was really good. Mostly Ferraris we did, but yeah, done a lot of the other rarer type things. Yeah.
So can't share any secrets on bits and pieces? Or is it all sort of... Was it general servicing or like more
No, smash repairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the, people getting a little bit too excited and under-talented.
Like most of the people on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, when you see that sort of thing, yeah.
Surprisingly enough, that like they are to a degree hand-built cars.
Yes.
And when you fix them, that's the way you got to fix them too. You got
you
get a new panel.
Approach it the way that they're actually built from new.
Nothing fits together well. You got to make it. So yeah.
I can't say I've seen one in orange before, though.
No.
Although that doesn't look too bad, actually. Looking at our staging lane cam, we can see there on the big screen as well. But I know that I think getting out of them would be the biggest issue for me.
Yeah.
Gravity on my side, getting in. If those that know me, you know that I'm not too flexible.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have a lot of fun inside there, though. Going around either here at Sydney Dragway or across the road at Sydney Motorsport Park.
Yes, indeed. They make a really good track car. Yeah.
Well, probably more suited to circuit racing, of course, but there's plenty of people that have adapted them to drag racing, quite successfully in the street scene, I guess. The Precision Turbo, or Precision Lambo is the one that springs to mind. Certainly a very, very quick car from the roll racing scene. And it's run here many times here at Sydney Dragway as well.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, well, those that joined us for the live stream for the Sydney Jamboree saw some pretty good runs there throughout the day. I think most people seem to have a pretty good day. There was really good crowd numbers here at Sydney Dragway.
Sensational. That's great.
Which is fantastic, and most of them stuck around well into the evening as well, which is good.
I suppose we've seen a few records fall.
I wasn't actually in commentary. I was helping in race control over last Saturday, so not particularly paying a lot of attention to the times, but I think the Greg Saccharides Mustang went 550 something, 270 mile an hour.
Yep.
And sorry, was Gout? I thought sorry, that was Joe Gauchi. I thought I was just going to say, I thought the Saccharides car did that too. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Ah, okay. So what's a tenth between friends, Ben? Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true. That's very true, Ben. Yeah, the difference between a win and a loss.
Yep. Doesn't matter how
Yeah.
much you win by, as long as you win.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was mistaken. Sorry. Yeah. So the Sakaridis car went 560 at 260 something, and Gauchi went 550 270.
Wow, they definitely got that thing going, haven't they?
Yes. Oh yeah. I did. I did wonder. I did wonder. I did wonder about that.
You wouldn't mind that, though,
infraction.
would you? Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, those that are in the know that there is an actual speed limit for sedan cars, and it's a good 10 mile an hour under that. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure of the implications there, but it is obviously a safety.
Yes.
A safety. I'll say a requirement that the cars stay under 260 mile an hour. And I guess the pro mod cars, Mark, probably more likely to do that, being when they're turbocharged, and the guys wouldn't have had any restrictions. They're not trying to run to the 585 index or anything like that. So it was certainly a Jambo that they would have been.
Yep.
All the tuning, right out to give it what it's got and hope it sticks to the racetrack, sort of thing. That's probably more the approach than what we would normally have seen at a national championship round where they run to a 585.
Yep.
And obviously that time from Gauchi demonstrates the actual potential of that car.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other cool cars here that don't always see at Sydney Dragway. There was a little blue Gemini from Queensland.
Oh, yep, I've seen that.
I'm just trying to think. His first name was Steve. He ran 780. I think
it's a weapon, isn't it?
Do you know that is still the original 1800 Isuzu motor? It's not like I saw it at Willowbank a few years ago. Steve Sloan, I think is his name, and I walked up to it fully expecting, an SR20 or a 4G in it or something like that. Bonnet's open. There's a little 1800.
Yep.
We were talking to him for quite a while, and this is up at Willowbank when I saw him in the pits there, and I said, "Oh, how do you go for parts?" And he said, "Good question." He said, "I've actually got 20 cylinder heads lined up on my bench." He said, "Because I do hurt stuff. Obviously, you run that sort of time.
Yeah.
You do occasionally have something not go quite how you plan it." And he said, "Yeah, I've just got to cycle through what I've got and pick the pick the eyes out of it each time."
You think you'd have a few blocks sitting down there too?
I'd imagine, yeah.
Well ventilated.
He mentioned the cylinder heads. He didn't say anything about the blocks with inspection holes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he would have a good selection of them. Although there wouldn't be much point in hanging on to them. I wouldn't think, unless you did something that was really quite spectacular. And you know what, I'm going to keep that one.
Yeah. Yep.
But who would have thought that a little Holden Gemini had run 780s with the factory with the factory engine in it?
Yeah.
So.
And it's a great looking car.
It is. It is. It's a really nice car.
Yeah. I've watched a few things on YouTube with it, and it rolls out, and you think, wow, that's a really clean car. Then it just rolls the numbers, and you go, what?
But the other thing that sort of surprised me, it doesn't have a big tyre under it either.
No.
It's only quite a small. I don't know what size tyre it is, but there was a 275 class run and a street 289, so you might have been in either of those. That's not a big tyre to run 780s on.
No, not at all.
Obviously the suspension's well sorted as well, and got the launch and the gearbox and the stall converter and everything very well sorted out to get that ET. I'm not 100% sure if he runs a little bit of nitrous as well. There's probably a chance that he might to get the boost up. But there's a couple of other cars that did really well on the weekend as well, and I'm sure that the drivers were pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, Phil Penny in that little Honda, he had an issue in the burnout down here and spewed a lot of methanol infused oil onto the burnout pad, but onto the just in front of the water box. But, you know, by the time that happened, he'd already done quite a few rounds of racing. So, you know.
Yeah. I suppose the good thing about that is too, it's here, easy,
He
quick
was
clean up.
he was sitting still. I
Yeah.
don't think he might have attempted to burn out, and that's
Yeah.
when it decided the oil didn't want to stay in the sump anymore. But I don't know what the issue was. Whether it was I don't think it would have been an oil line because of the volume of how quickly it came out. So that's a little bit disappointing. But of course, that little Honda S600, I think it is.
Yep.
There's no room for the turbo in the engine bay, so it sits proudly on top of the bonnet.
Wow. Yeah.
With 2J in it, of course. But
yep.
yeah, as I said, I think a pretty good day's racing had by all. As I said, really good crowd numbers. Yes,
okay.
that's one way to put it, Ben. The turbo's big enough to inhale a small child.
As a pigeon catcher.
As I'm sure a lot of the cars here on Saturday had that function or that ability. So looking forward to the revamped Nitro Champs. Of course, that's something that I think a lot of people were pretty keen on. Running this weekend, but we'll just have to wait that little bit longer, unfortunately.
Yeah. We might go up to the big screen and take a little bit of a break. We'll be back very, very shortly. Here, Aeroflow, race for real.
Bang shift shifters from Aeroflow Performance are truly the modern shifter for the modern age. Featuring a full bespoke billet case, all shifters are designed for right-hand drive vehicles with an LED lit gear position indicator. Available in either ratchet or gated options, as well as OEM replacement shifters for popular Holden and Ford vehicles. A large range of bang shift spares are available for each shifter that includes shifter cables, brackets, lever and gate kits, trans brake buttons and drop boxes for the ideal mounting solution. Shift into gear and check out a full listing at aeroflowperformance.com.
How would it be if we funded a pilot program for you to run that enabled you to bring some vision impaired kids onto the Saints Play program?
Oh wow, that would mean the world. My reward is the smile on the kids' faces.
And since you've given so much to others, we'd also like to do something for you personally. How would it feel if Pepper sent you, your partner, and your daughter Molly to the Gold Coast for a few days?
Yeah, awesome. I don't know what to say. It amazes me. Thank you very much.
Stay informed, up to date and entertained thanks to the Western Weekender. The Western Weekender is Penrith's leading free and local newspaper, delivering the best content from on-the-ground journalists and providing businesses with direct access to potential customers. News, sport, entertainment, puzzles and so much more. The Western Weekender is the heartbeat of Penrith and it's out every Thursday. Get your free copy at selected locations in the area, home delivered, or check out westernweekender.com.au.
Boosted turbochargers from Aeroflow Performance are designed for the automotive enthusiast who wants optimal performance at a competitive price. We have a range of turbochargers in both ceramic ball bearing and 360-degree journal bearing options to suit your power goals from 200 up to 3,000 horsepower. To help turbocharge your vehicle, Aeroflow Performance also have a large range of turbocharger accessories. From steam pipe turbo manifolds, external wastegates and intake and exhaust solutions, you can have your car boosted in no time. For a full listing, check out aeroflowperformance.com.
Speed Addict Clothing Co. Fast clothes for fast people. Shop now at speedaddictco.com.au.
Enthusiast, Shannon's are giving you the chance to win a USA Supercars drive experience at the Circuit of the Americas and Las Vegas racetracks. Drive a Ferrari, Lamborghini and Porsche. Visit Dallas, Austin, Las Vegas and LA. The trip for two includes airfares, luxury accommodation and $10,000 spending money for eligible Shannon's Club members. Plus, win a new Indian Motorcycle Sport Chief. To enter, take out new Shannon's insurance on your special car, daily drive, bike or home. Go online or call Shannon's on 134646.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit of an update. Of course, we have had a little bit of precipitation earlier this evening, and the meeting director has made the decision to cancel the rest of tonight's proceedings. So I am sorry about that, but we would be looking at more than an hour to dry the track, and there is a little bit more weather coming. If you look at the radars around Western Sydney, there is certainly more headed our way. So the meeting director has made the decision to cancel the rest of the proceedings for tonight. So I will sign off at that, and look forward to seeing you all at Sydney Dragway again, hopefully next week for a more successful event. I assume that Mark and I will be on the mic with Stewie, of course, and we look forward to your company here at Sydney Dragway. If you're on the roads, be careful. There is a lot of wet weather predicted for Sydney in the next couple of days. Keep your eyes on the track's website, www.sydneydragway.com.au, and also on Facebook for all the latest updates surrounding the Nitro Champs. Of course, that was due to kick off on Friday here this weekend. That has been postponed, just to confirm, that has been postponed until the 17th, 18th and 19th of May, so 2 weeks. It's been moved 2 weeks further back. We look forward to having everybody here for that event, of course. I believe tickets are still available online, of course. And, that is shaping up to be an absolutely fantastic event. It was just that the predicted weather for this weekend, the promoters made a decision to call that, to make that decision early and postpone it. So that's us done for tonight. I look forward to seeing you all again here at Sydney Dragway in the very near future. Good night.